Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand rising, everybody. This is your girl Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka Allergies is kicking her butt. Yes, boo, boo, boo. We're doing a lot of construction in my unit, as if y'all can hear. They're doing a lot of stuff in dust and all that stuff, and everybody know that I'm allergic to it and everything, but it's okay. I'm good. I'm here. I got my N95 mask. Look, only thing I don't have right now is my CMOS. I got my mask, but I can't, talk and breathe. It's hard breathing through this joint. Baby, this the official one. But I got it because of the dust and everything. Allergies. I need my Molly Moss sea moss. I need my Molly Moss sea moss. That's what I need. I got to go over and get some more sea moss to help fight my immune system. I take my allergy medicine, which is the regular old little brand of allergy medicine. It don't do nothing. After a while, because I got chronic allergies, after taking these a while, it don't do nothing. So I'm about to switch to going over to the good old Zyrtec because it's a different mixture, whatever. I don't know. It's just different. It's Wellness Wednesday, and we're talking all things wellness. I'm talking about dust and how the little dust mites so teeny tiny. You get up in the air pocket.
No, that ping pong, ping pow. Damn, she done knocked some off. What she done hit over there? What up, y'all? Y'all in here, please like, share, subscribe. Trey Money, where you at? How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, bro. I see what's going on the other side of your screen. So, glad you slid in whatever to save the day.
Miss
Well,
Bing
this
Pow.
yeah, she
Sound
already
like
knows.
Ping Pow. Boom. Why older people make them cartoon effects all the time? Ping Pow. Ping.
It's a good day outside. It's nice outside today, though. So anybody getting out, anybody already out, you should have a good one today.
We probably be touching them about almost 70 before the end of the week out, man. I'm telling you, they hitting a button out this motherfucker. Y'all don't believe me? They hitting a button. They just how you go in your house and you cut the air on, the heat on. Somebody hitting the damn button. There's no way to just snow.
That make no sense to me.
Then it's ice. Then it's hot. Then it's cold. Like what the fuck? Like who up there playing
like
with
2 days ago?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Shit is messed up. Fucking with your wellness.
Yeah, I'm happy Wellness Wednesday.
Happy Wellness Wednesday.
I'm talking about send a link. Damn, I ain't send my man Uncle the link. Link. My bad, Uncle. Go ahead then. Right. You back with his read? They hating on you already. What you doing over there?
What's going on, Sam?
Bing pow, ping pow.
Ping pow.
Let's see then. When you in here, like, share, subscribe. You on YouTube. We're gonna get started. Getting my girl some time to pop up in here. We getting straight to the videos and responses. We ain't gonna waste too much of y'all time. We getting straight to it. We had some good shows past couple of days. Y'all been sending over some good videos. Y'all been making some good comments, good responses to the videos.
Yeah.
So
I love the energy
we ain't
too.
gonna slow it down. Yeah, we ain't gonna
Not
slow
at
it
all.
down. Let's see what's in the vault today. Today is about wellness, so that's mostly everything gonna be mostly talked about.
That's
How we can do better. Let's see what
all
our
good.
queen right here talking about. Oh no, hold on. Hold Joe to blow. There she go.
Hold Joe to blow.
There she go. You back?
Look, I went on my phone because my laptop.
Let's see.
Oh, you was on another laptop? I didn't know you was on it. I thought you was on your phone the whole time. Who that? Yeah. What up, Mom?
Hey,
How everybody feeling today?
Everybody feeling good.
That's beautiful. That's something beautiful.
Even if I do got a nose full of dust.
Dust nose.
You got a nose full of dust.
I know, right?
Full of powder.
Always snorting something.
So what's going on today, man?
All right. Am I okay?
Got your Pusaisi mask on.
Yeah, man. Little something.
I had to have it.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. They
Like
gonna
I ain't
work in
doing
here.
shit
Y'all hear
today.
Trey, you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing a lot of this. I was like,
What in the world?
They got the radio on. They got the music on.
Oh,
like
they
it was inside
back
And I'm
there.
like, oh, shit.
Hey,
Yeah, I love it.
Hey, what the hell you been smoking this morning, Riri?
Man, they got on
I'm
something on
sniffing
there.
dust this morning.
That Pat Slim. Smoking that Pat.
Whatever it is, that motherfucker got you there.
That funny stuff.
You up there.
That's awesome.
It's
Oh,
just
once
dust.
again, yeah, you are definitely there.
That's
Just blow your
awesome.
nose right in front of everybody. In case we don't know how to blow our nose.
Yeah,
Teach
it's
Look,
Wednesday.
You ain't nothing.
make sure the tissue is covered and it's thick enough that when you blow,
Okay.
you catch
Oh
the
my God.
mucus. This is what happens when you don't have CMOS.
Uh-huh.
First video, everybody. You gotta take a listen. Anyway, type there, take a listen.
Let's see what she talking about.
Anybody tells you sitting around doing nothing can sometimes be the hardest thing that you could ever do, especially when you've been conditioned your entire life to get up and do something, to be productive somewhere. So it really feels like a shock to your system when the universe hits that good old pause button. Because now what the fuck do I do with this? Like, I have all this energy and no sense of direction. Like, what am I supposed to do? But what I'm also learning is that it's okay to prioritize rest. It's okay to take all the energy that you've put back outward into the world and pour it back into yourself sometimes, and not forcing yourself to do it. Sometimes Mother Nature just wants you to sit your ass down so that you can be open and receptive to the new information that she has to bring to you. Or sometimes the blessings and manifestations that you put out into the open months or even years ago, they need you to sit down so that they can finally catch up to you. Either way, rest. Despite what
Rest. Okay, Trey Money. It's time with you.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody needs to. I mean, if you found your way, you know what your formula is now. You move as fast as you want to move. But I encourage people to slow down. Sometimes you have people that in your mind can have you so on go that some people don't slow down until they're forced to stop. And they, you gotta say, you gotta think or whatever. But when you use it, what's up, Alan? When you start to use your time and really utilize your time and take pauses, whether it's 20 minutes to an hour, taking pauses does so much for your clarity, for your mindset, how you navigate, how you move, how you receive things. I mean, I share the same sentiments with the video. That's why I shared it, because it worked for me. I used to be in such a mindset of rushing because I'm gonna die one day, as if everybody does die, as if I know what that day is going to be, or as if I have control over that. And I just decided to breathe and give myself time to live, especially when you wrap up into a career or kids or marriage or the combination of all three. Like, pause, slow the fuck down for a second so you can really like make effective steps. That's mistakes, some effective steps.
I like that. That was a good video. Riri, what's your thoughts on the video? I think I hear Dame always say something like, White Dame, he always say something like that. Like, if you ain't feeling it, or if something telling you not to go, just don't go. You know, the body let you know.
He said if you gotta rush to get there, don't go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Slow down. You got to sometimes, if you don't slow that.
They really, that day dying in that dust, man. Man, you got to do the show outside of that. And y'all know Reese be sneezing like 100 times when she sneezes.
Man,
Man, like an automatic gun just go.
Allergies.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah, they do a work in the unit and everything. But sometimes when you don't slow down, when you don't listen to Mother Nature, or your body will take its rest in a way that you don't want it to take its rest. So, yeah, it's important to get your proper rest. It's important for healing as well too. I didn't know that. Well, I know it now, but back when I was younger, you think you could burn the candles at both ends because we did. Back when I was in my 20s, my late teens and early 20s, go out all night, maybe get 1 or 2 hours of sleep. If you good, go right to class or go right to work or whatever, and keep on that rotation. Didn't have no need to rest. Nowadays, rest is your friend. Rest is important. I have to take my nap need a nap. I have to take a nap before I take a nap. And that's sad. I have to go to sleep before I go to bed. It's like the pre bedtime, you know, and that's messed up. But that's how it is nowadays, and that's how we move it. So, que sera, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying.
I like that.
I feel you on that.
Appreciate everybody else who just tapped up in here. Trey shared a nice video with us. I'm gonna just play it back again so we ain't gotta repeat ourselves. I see we got a lot more eyes in here now.
You sitting around doing nothing can sometimes be the hardest thing that you could ever do, especially when you've been conditioned your entire life to get up and do something, to be productive somewhere. So it really feels like a shock to your system when the universe hits that good old pause button. Because now what the fuck do I do with this? Like, I have all this energy and no sense of direction. Like, what am I supposed to do? But what I'm also learning is that it's okay to prioritize rest. It's okay to take all the energy that you've put back outward into the world and pour it back into yourself sometimes, and not forcing yourself to do it. Sometimes Mother Nature just wants you to sit your ass down so that you can be open and receptive to the new information that she has to bring to you. Or sometimes the blessings and manifestations that you put out into the open months or even years ago, they need you to sit down so that they can finally catch up to you. Either way, rest. Despite what anybody
Mm-hmm. And I approve that message. Uncle E, what's up?
Yeah, I don't believe that you need 8 hours of rest. You know what I'm saying? I think what you put in your body has your body has a natural system that cuts on and cuts off. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we program ourselves, going back to what Marley said, we program ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to do certain things. And like you said, sitting around and not being productive, that's hard. It's like, y'all knows I always try and get up, take care of my business, and get the fuck back in the house. I do that so I can come back in the house, sit back, and like work on myself. Like I said, I got a lot of things I got to fix for myself. You know what I'm saying, and like the woman said, it is best that like you sit down and listen to these voices in your head because they telling you something. They telling you how to get ahead, and it's also telling you, man, like if you sleep at 8 hours a day, that means something's wrong. Something's wrong because your body should not have to rest that much. I eat once a day. And some days I don't even eat, and I can sleep 3 hours and be refreshed like it's nothing. Like I said, I believe everything she said. These are the energies and the properties that we put out here. Yeah, sit back and get some of what you put out there. Get some of that back. She's right. I agree with her.
I agree with her. I like when she said we've been conditioned to get up and do something every day, and when you do that from a small age, you get up, you got to be to school at this time. And when you start becoming adult and you might be looking for work and you don't have work, then was the worst times for me because I ain't know what to do. All I'm doing is going door to door trying to get a job. And if I ain't have a job or something to do, I just go to the gym, and I work out, try to play basketball. But most times I was bored because I can get up and just do what I want. It was just becoming an adult for like the first time. I ain't had to have somebody around me and tell me, hey, you're supposed to be here or you gotta be here. I wasn't playing ball no more, so I ain't had to be to practice to 5 in the morning. I had went 3 years straight when I had to get up at 5 in the morning to run hills. So it was just like I'm up. So I used to try to just make my own little plans and things like that. I'm gonna work out at this time. I'm gonna eat at this time. I'm gonna go apply for jobs. Then when I finally got a job, they put me on a schedule. So it was like, okay, now I'm back. Now I got something. I feel like I got some purpose. And then once I had my daughter, it was just over. It just like that was all the purpose that I need. I can get 2 hours if I know I got to get up and get to work. Just thinking of her gave me that energy to get up to do whatever it is I need to do. It was like being a superhero for the first time. I was like, shit, I was working 2 jobs. I was working at the stadium, then I was throwing newspaper overnight for the Washington Post. And people like, how you do it? I was like, my daughter need her own crib. She need her own room, her own bed. She need all that. So I had to grind to get it. And it didn't nothing it seemed like nothing can stop you. I just think that's just come with the mindset. My mind was already made up, and I just think people, we just that powerful and we ain't got nowhere to utilize our powers. What we gonna do with it? We just gonna be out here like our boy Clark Kent. We Superman, but we ain't got nobody to save or nothing to do. We just walking around not knowing what to do. So I agree a lot with she said. Always find something to tap into. Cause if you don't, the body just eventually just shut down. It get bored. Your body get bored too. So I like that video, Trey.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I want to tap on one of the things you said too about that I noticed about like the being out of work stage. Luckily, everything all right now, everything's shot right now. But it's sometimes it's not always that way. Everybody been employed before, even if it was just one time. But having older folks in my family coming from a time where you could walk into a job or walk into a building and say, oh, you Mr. Such and Such son. Oh yeah, come in tomorrow. You can start on Tuesday or some shit like that. And like the lack of like paper applications, just the seeing going against older folks who know a certain time frame and comparing it to like the younger generations, you ain't going nowhere to fill out no paper application no more. Before they look up from their desk or whatever it is they do, and they will send you on your way and tell you go apply online, and you'll be at a pool full of people, 500, 600 people or more, waiting to just get an interview. So it's crazy to see. I'm just acknowledging that, but it's crazy to see the time frame and the difference on what people think of, like them not seeing you visually do things, them seeing you not visually leave out the house or whatever. So just the that being toyed to not being able to rest, or if you're not moving, nothing's happening type of thing, is one of the little battles I felt like that I had with some of the older folks when it came to like, their perception of on how you moving and everything,
Yeah.
But Alan says, I have more of a hard time turning my mental off than my physical. I will sleep and rest, but my mind is always working. So I do a lot of it's more mentally than physically. Yeah, it is. It is all mental. And I believe
I got 2 points to hit on.
Go ahead,
Sure.
Riri. What you got?
I got a point to hit on with Trey and a point to hit on with you too, Molly.
Okay.
Trey is absolutely right. Firsthand, everything now is so automated AI. When we was going to the doctor, all these doctors are we going, you don't check in no more with a person. You check in over in the damn corner with a computer. And then Weezy up this trying to scan the ID. It's taking away people's jobs. That's what it's doing. It's taking away their interpersonal skills. You ain't gonna need no HR because everything is online, computerized. The computer will vet you. How AI gonna vet you, tell you if you good for the job or not? We need people to decide that. But they got all those ticks and bells and whistles, and I cannot stand that. It's just like it feels so cold to me. I got to go and give blood, or I got to see a doctor, I'm having this test done or whatever, and it's just so cold to put your information in the computer and you scanning cards and scanning this and scanning that, and then stuff ain't right, then they come over there and try to keep scanning when they could just take the shit themselves. Take the lady, by the time you tell us what's wrong with this, we kept trying to put this in, it's not working. You could have took that ID card, my insurance card, driver's license, and scanned that shit 3 or 4 times in the system. By the time you keep saying, okay, try it now. Try it, you right there, try it now. How about I say, here, try it now. Trying to scan something in the system. Oh, just that irks me. And you know, and Trey, touching on what Trey said, and touching on what you said, Molly, about the purpose. What would you say to a person? Because you said your daughter gave you purpose. You was like, boom, I got to get up, I got to grind and shine for her. If I don't do it for nobody else, I got to do it for my baby. But what would you say to a person who don't have a reason? I mean, everybody got a reason. You just got to look and find a reason.
Yeah,
but you know, like a lot of but a lot of younger people feel like I ain't got no kids, I ain't got this. Why I gotta do this? Why I gotta do that?
That's the thing.
What would you say to them?
Find your purpose. You know, that's the thing. That's what I live with at the end. You know, everybody don't have kids, so you got to find your purpose. It can be your family. It can be taking care of your sick mom, your sick dad. It can be anything. You can have a fucking dog. I know people that love dogs so much that they go hard for these dogs. You know, so that's what it is. It's the individual. You know, story ain't gotta be like mine. My motivation to get me going, yours ain't gotta be exactly like mine. You know, it's people out here that lost their mom young, and that's the only motivation they needed. A lot of people lost their moms in their early lives, most times successful. You know, and it's crazy that they did a study on that, and they see because they dealt with the hardship early, and they motivate them to make mama proud. She watching me right now. You know, I know mom, I'm gonna do this for my mother. You know, and these dudes push farther than what the normal kid does to have his mom. You know, so it's other things out here that motivate people. It just depends on that person. But when it comes to like technology, I get it. You know, I just think as humans, we just like to complain a lot, you know. So even if they didn't have these machines like the grocery stores used to be packed out, they still get packed out sometimes. But I remember before the self-checkout, shit was hectic. We had real humans, and the line used to be an hour long in each line. But now you got those lines on top of the self-checkout lines. It make things a lot easier and faster. If somebody got to actually check in and write everybody information down, and it's 100 people in line, that would take a lot longer than just scan and go. You know, so I understand why they added the technology to make things more proficient for us. The stuff that we complain about, oh, it's too slow, this, and now they making things faster. Oh, they got robots, they taking humans. What we want? Y'all want them to move extra slow, extra fast, you know. So it's just like, it don't matter. I just think like whatever time we in, people gonna complain about whatever's going on at that time, because it ain't nothing never gonna be perfect. You know, that's how I look at it. You know, but I think things are better now that they scan and go. You know, it goes out sometimes, you know, but you still should know how to manually do it when it does go out. I remember when the cars didn't work at the store and they just type in the numbers. They be like, oh, it ain't working, let me just type it in. Now they be like, that shit broke, cash only. I be like, what you mean cash only? Like, type it in. They like, nah, we ain't about to do that today, because they got to do it for everybody. So they just let people know, not cash on, you know. So
what's up, Kyle? What's up, Butterman? Real quick, just to answer on Ree's question, I was fine with navigating through this world without knowing. I didn't apply the pressure on myself to know, like, what my path was. I'm still studying this planet, whatever realm we in, and all them layers around it. I'm still studying that, you know, to some of these things to this day. So I was fine with not attaching a title to myself, or people saying, well, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? I had some ideas, but you know, I was fine with life showing me those things so I could put it together and say, this is what I want to do. I didn't. So when you ask the question, like, what would you say to those people? I would hope that their mind doesn't go haywire because they don't have a title or a pathway attached to themselves.
Yeah.
And I also would never allow nobody to tell me what my path was. So even if they say, "Oh, you want to be that?" Nah, you want me to be that. You know, let me figure it out. We'll try it. Let's figure it out. Let's try it. Let's explore it and all of that. But nah, to answer your question, nah. People got to just ride it out. You know, you got to live and love yourself and love life while you're trying to figure things out. I'm going to start with Alan comment. He said, it's called evolution. Life is going to move forward. Technology will advance, but what kills me is people complain about technology, but want to pick and choose what technology they benefit from, all while using a smartphone. Real shit.
Laptops, everything. Like, it's crazy, man.
Laptop. Nope.
You had a
Wrapped
Walkman,
over.
then you got a CD player, then you got an MP3 player. It's like, it's things great. You got that flesh screen in that house. Ain't nobody saying bring that old ass model TV back, the floor joint. I need that. But it took 10 people to carry
The
that thing
heavy
out.
ass joint. Yeah.
I should be like,
But I
how they-
think certain I think
Go ahead,
certain jobs we need people in certain places. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
everything shouldn't be AI or automated. Some things we need the human touch to. That's just my opinion.
Nah, you're right. Everything ain't AI neither. That's the thing. People make everything AI when they don't like something that's AI. Everything that's actually AI is actually being used by a human, and a human created it. And they the reason, like, we built these things. They be acting like AI just popped up. Nah, we
Out
created
of
these
nowhere, yeah.
things. We had them in movies, the Jeffersons, the Jetsons and all that. We thought that was just a TV show. No, they was letting us know this is the future. Now we hear people like, oh my God, yes, where the flying cars at? I need all that. Like, we need it. It's always good and bad with everything. I get that part, but I'm talking about the good side of AI. I'm looking forward to that. For the people who do the evil things, it's going to come. I'm just hopefully we prepared for it. You want to add anything before we move to this next clip and bringing our guests?
Hey.
Nah, yeah, I'll go ahead. I'm listening. I agree with all y'all.
Oh yeah, he tired.
Nah,
I'm
he don't
tired
feel like he
today.
ain't got the energy today. Let's do
I'm
that.
tired today, boy. What up, Phil?
Who's sliding in this?
What up, fam? What's popping, y'all? What's
What's
good
up,
today?
bro?
What's good?
I'm all good, baby. Just push it in there. What y'all
That's
talk
right.
about
Push
today?
it in. That's what she said. Push it in.
That's what she said.
Come on, man.
Let's talk about
This ain't Friday, but okay. Yeah.
well,
Go ahead, baby. All right. What's the questions?
Sure. We can just add on to this next video we about to share. We on from that one. You can just get
All
on.
right.
Explain to me the difference between healing and wholeness.
Healing is a journey and wholeness is the destination.
Okay.
There's a reason that I didn't say healing is a destination. It's a process.
Okay.
And healing is a continuous thing. And that doesn't mean that you're always healing through something traumatic. Sometimes there's parts of us that won't be healed until we're in a marriage, until you're in a relationship, until you are in the career, until you are out of the friendship, until you have written a book. There's parts of you that will always be healing because there's parts of you that won't be revealed until you are in certain stages of your life. That's why healing is a journey. I think when we hear healing, we think so deeply and we think that it's a process of, I got to go through my childhood. There's some things that you heal through that wasn't from your trauma. Some things you're healing through from your perspective. You just had a bad perspective from a bad experience that wasn't attached to your trauma.
I like that.
Yeah. That's another one. 2 for 2. Trade money. Starting with you.
Yeah. Well, everything that I've been in posting and sharing in videos, the words be verbatim. So I'll be hoping that when you do play these videos for people, they actually listen to the words of and take in what the person or people are discussing in the videos put up. Because this just still stays around the mental health and the kind of what Reese was asking about, knowing your place in life and all of that type of stuff. I take some of the biggest signs that I've got in life I've taken from small things. So, no stone is unturned on this side of the fence, because everything that happens around me, no matter how micro it is, some people can say it's thinking too deeply, but it's already opened doors and laid out paths for me, in terms of understanding how I'm going to navigate, just because I didn't pass over something small and instead of getting a message out of it. So I don't, a lot of things that I hear people struggle with. I ain't saying I don't struggle with things, but a lot of the things I hear people commonly struggle with, I just feel like life was already showing me those signs. I just feel like things that I wondered, things I didn't understand, if I just kept paying attention to everything around me, it was always something to get out of what I seen throughout the day. So, what's up, Chow?
Like that. Chow Bout in the building. What up, Chow? Y'all in here, please like, share, subscribe. Read. What's your thoughts? Or you want to break? Like you over there still going through it.
You ain't really.
I am. It's the, like I said, it's the allergies and it's the dust and all that stuff kicking up. So soon as Louisa get here, I'm going out the house.
Okay.
I got to get out the house because it. Y'all know, y'all already know.
Mm-hmm.
But as to I don't forgot what the damn question was. Oh Lord have mercy, my mind.
And healing is a continual thing. And that doesn't mean that you're always healing through something traumatic. Sometimes there's parts of us that won't be healed until we're in a marriage, until you're in a relationship, until you are in the career, until you are out of the friendship, until you have written a book. There's parts of you that will always be healing because there's parts of you that won't be revealed until you are in certain stages of your life. That's why healing is a journey. I think when we hear healing, we think so deeply and we think that it's a process of, I got to go through my childhood. There's some things that you heal through that wasn't from your trauma. Some things you're healing through from your perspective. You just had a bad perspective from a bad experience that wasn't attached to your trauma.
Let's try this again.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me the difference between healing and wholeness.
Healing is a journey.
Let's try this again.
Try to get. Thank you. Exactly. I agree. But exactly what he was saying, because you don't know that you're damaged from something until you go through it or trigger, or you don't know that until you get to that point. Like I would never know that I was allergic to seafood if I never ate it. So I had to get to the place. I ate it, seafood. Oh, I'm allergic to that. Oh, now I can start the healing process by staying away from certain things and do whatever I need to do to heal from that mental, whether it's mental, physically, metaphysically, psychologically, or all of that stuff. We don't know until we get there, because life has a way of just keep life. You don't know. You don't know until you know. So you are always on a journey of healing, just like you're always on a journey of learning something. You should learn something new every day. Something you didn't know, you know now. And it's the same way with healing. And to me, will you ever be whole? Can a person ever be whole? Can they ever heal? They don't know, because they haven't experienced everything. There's no one person that's going to experience everything in their lifetime to say, oh, I'm healed from everything. You don't know until you get there sometimes. So like Trey said earlier, just enjoy the journey. Love yourself. Love yourself. That is the biggest socket to me that you can do for anybody, is love yourself, because you're going to take care of yourself if you love yourself. And that's a big part of the journey of the healing. That also helps you to be able to see, to be able to resonate, and to be able to accept some of the words, the knowledge or parting that other people can give you towards your journey, your healing. Is loving yourself. So definitely that. And I don't think you'll ever be whole, but definitely.
Okay. Well, what's your thoughts on what he said,
I feel like he played the word game in the way that he was describing healing and being, you know, being one with yourself. I look at it like this. I've created my destiny, them saying, by my trials and tribulations through times. Them saying. I can understand the concept of each time you go through a certain experience, you learn something from that. You know, emotionally, you learn something from it. You know, physically, you may learn something from it. And I think that um, the healing process for me is me understanding, me having an understanding of the situations that I have been in, so I won't make them same situations. I won't revisit them situations. I'm saying, and also um, the understanding that I'm happy where I'm at. I worked hard to get where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like the healing and like I said, I think that's all mental. I think it's mental. I think all that is mental, and I believe that we all have our own happiness and our own. Like once you learn who you are, once you learn who you are and accept your faults and all that, I believe that's the healing, and that's when you become one with yourself. You know what I'm saying, so yeah, like I said, he just I don't really agree with the way that he used them words like that, but I understand what he was saying.
Okay. What about you, Phil? What's your thoughts on what the king said in the video?
Man, I think healing is growing, man. The more I grow, the more I heal. I think it's a continuous process. I'm never going to be where I'm never going to be perfect. And I know that. And with that being said, that's what, I have to find my truth in that. But like I said, the more I go through stuff, the more I accept stuff, the more I, feel better about myself. I mean, a whole lot of stuff went on in my life to where, I didn't understand it, but now as I'm getting old, I'm understanding it more, and it's helping me come more to grips with it, and I feel better about it. You know, like the relationship with my father and shit like that. And I'm to a point where, I understand. I don't agree, but I understand why he did some of the shit he do. So where I didn't like it when I was growing up, I'm okay with it now. I'm not. It's just like it's a growing exercise, man. And like Reese was saying, I agree so much with what Reese said, man. Healing is being one with yourself, man. Healing is, you know, being okay with where you are, being okay in your own skin. You ain't gonna always be that, but the more you accept and the more you try to understand and be open to shit, the more you open yourself to your healing. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay. What up, Rev? We got the Rev in the house.
That's on point, Phil.
Oh,
Yeah,
we can get some good with Rev in the house.
you know it, Slim. Rev ain't playing. One day, I love what he said, and I think I just understand where he was coming from. I think a lot of people get caught up in their childhood trauma, and what's crazy is when you're a child, you don't even know about trauma too much. And it most times I believe that it happens when people become adults. When you're an adult, you start to learn things and talk to people, and then they start saying they went through this trauma. When I was young, I ain't had this and had that, and you be like, oh shit, I ain't had that neither. So I went through trauma too, and now they telling you this how you should feel and this and that. And I'm like, nah, like sometimes just going through a breakup can put somebody through a trauma, and you just need to get back in a relationship so you can get back to doing what you like to do. If that's the person you is, you got people out here that just relationship people, and you be like, damn, when you just in a relationship, every time I turn around, because that person gotta be with somebody, so when they feel like they broken, that's what make them whole. So that's what I was taking from that. And a lot of trauma, I think, comes from people in their adult life. Whenever you're going through something like you lack of money, can't pay your rent, things like that, I think it caused stress or whatnot, and it caused you to go through some type of trauma. But childhood, I just think that was the best times. You know, we ain't have no responsibility, no bills. You just go to school, have fun, talk about what you see on TV. At least for me, you know. But a lot of people say what their parents ain't doing this, doing that. I ain't give a fuck what my parents was doing at 8 years old. You know, it's like as long as I ate and I went to school and I was able to go outside and have fun with my friends. So that just always stung with me. Now, if you've been like molested or something like that, yeah, that's gonna stick with you. But I just think like anytime you fall and you cut your knee, yeah, you're gonna be bleeding, and eventually it always leave a scar. And I think it's no healing from anything. You know, I just think that you just always gonna have a scar there just to remind you that you've been through that. So when you do come across that again, you don't fall and bust your knee again. This time you actually make it across. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. So when you first go through that heart breakup, or when you get your heart broken, it don't hurt that much the second time or the third time, or sometimes don't even hurt no more because you've been there before. You already been broken and it already scarred. You know, you already got a scar for that. So that's how I look at a lot of things. I think that's what he was saying. A lot of people think they gotta go all the way back to their childhood and I gotta work on it. It's like it's no way you can do that. Work on the you now. Work on the you that was going through things the past year or 2, 3 years. They go through something right now and then blame it on something when they was 10. Well, you know, when I was 10, you know, my father wasn't around that much, and he used to beat my mother, and that sounds like some trauma your mama had. You know, it's like, well, how is your father beating your mama hurt you? Well, you know, I seen it sometimes. Yeah, I know, but imagine what your mom went through, and she still got up and made sure you was good. So at least show her love for that. But a lot of people like to take on that, like they went through that. The same thing with slavery. You know, 400 years we was getting beat. We ain't do shit. We ain't get beat. Like, stop that. But people take on that trauma and then they take on all that anger. Now they hate the present white people that they probably working with or just had them. Yeah, you know, the man ain't this and the man ain't that. Like, they talking about past trauma, other people trauma, and they just take it on. And that's why I don't really care for a lot of Black history stuff when they just throwing all this old trauma and then we take it on. See what they did to us? Like, no, see what they did to them. Like, stop that, you know. And that's what I think he's talking about. Talk about the things that hurt you physically, the things you went through in your life, and, you know, and work on that. Try to get better from that. Stop taking on all this other trauma that ain't really had much to do with you. You was probably there to witness it, or you probably wasn't. But that's why I look at it, Trey. I like the video though. Ooh, we just passed somebody else.
Yeah, definitely felt like it was well rounded. I like people like Uncle E, though, even when you don't care for delivery, you can appreciate the message. Who else like in here? Welcome in. You definitely made it before 12, so you got in. First energy. I don't know the sentiment.
What up, though, ladies and gents?
What's up?
Beautiful day, beautiful day.
What's up, bro?
Thanks for
what up, though,
brother? We got some good ones today, man. Riri, you want to add anything? Anybody want to add anything?
Yeah, I want to add something to what you were saying about the trauma. It's funny because when you mentioned about the childhood and stuff, sometimes when we grow up as an adult, like I'm gonna give you for instance, when we grow up as an adult, we don't even know we've been traumatized until somebody tell us that we've been traumatized or try to put us in that box or throw that box on us. Like, growing up, I didn't know we was poor. We had the same thing everybody else had. We just had fun. I didn't know. Did you know you was born? Not until you got grown and everything. They look back. Oh, you were poor. You were an indigent family. I thought everybody drank out of jelly jars and mayonnaise jars. We was just, you know, we didn't know we was poor. We was just living, and we was happy as kids, you know. Not until they got older. Oh, dang. We was running around barefoot because it wasn't school time and we didn't get no shoes yet. That's why they put the flip. We didn't know that. We was just enjoying being kids. You know, we were just running around. I tell somebody you got older, whatever, and then somebody look back, oh, we was poor. We was? You was like, oh. So, and when you said people throwing other people's trauma on you, sometimes you don't even know you traumatized to ask somebody tell you, oh, you got PTSD from that. I do. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I totally get what you were saying, Marley.
That's why I was ask
Totally
people,
get.
that's why I was ask people, your childhood, was you comfortable? Was you like, feel like you was normal in society? They be like, yeah, I feel it. Then you wasn't poor. Being poor, the motherfucker, no lights and no running water. You don't know what you're gonna do, what you gonna eat. You go days without eating. You don't know where the money gonna come from. And I didn't know that until I met real poor people. Like people really didn't have like holes in their shoes. They got the same shoes on for 3 years. Like, hold on, why you keep wearing them joints? My buddy like, nah, I like these joints. I'm like, yeah, I thought it was just his good luck shoes, and found out them the only shoes he had. I let him have my brand new Converses, but I ain't like that. But I just started to notice, like, dang, that's why he come over our house from time to time. He trying to eat. So I'm like, nah, we gonna get some money. And now, shoot, you see this, I can't even say his name. You know him, Reese. This dude getting money out
I
here.
know.
One of the dude, and he make sure he feed everybody. Anytime he got some money, everything on me, because he remember where he came from. So I know some people who
And
really
let me tell
poor.
you, and
I
that
had
dude is
good
one of the most
with them.
humblest dudes. I ain't gonna say
Yeah.
his name either, but he's one of the most humblest dudes that
Yeah,
I've
that's for
ever met,
sure.
and keeping it real, and got lots of money. But his humbles, you could tell, and he always been sweet to me. I love him to death.
Yeah, man. When
I
you
love
come,
that person.
that's
Yeah.
what else we got.
Can I add something in on this?
Go ahead. What you got, brother?
I caught a lot of what you were saying, and I kind of disagree with you on this one, bro. You definitely can hold trauma from your childhood. If your mother was beaten, everything, this definitely could be traumatic to you, and the anxiety and everything that you took on during your childhood, you can carry that later on into your life. Like me, for instance, my mother in and out of my life caused me to have a disbelief in the love of women, and that caused a fraction in my relationships all the way up until I dealt with that. And I guess kind of for me too, I personally believe in past life. So, excuse me, you definitely can hold trauma from the lives that you lived before. And that's why certain situations, that's why there's deja vu. You find yourself in situations that you've been in before, but you can't remember, or like you could take on. But I do agree with you about taking on other people's trauma. It's not necessarily yours. Like
that's the key
like
part. That's the key part, because you talking about your trauma. If you getting hit in your head,
that's the part.
So I never said a kid who actually got beat by their parents don't.
Just even witnessing
your mom they actually physically experienced it themselves, or they actually been molested. Because there's kids out here that went through that. They actually can say that's trauma. But for the ones who didn't or just witness it, I don't see how that's trauma towards them. So it's just like, I like what you're saying.
It's not trauma to see your dad get drunk and beat your mom till she's bloody. That's not trauma. That's not traumatic.
It's mom's trauma, but do something about it. I would never watch my
But
father
you're a child. You can't, though. You're a child. You don't know what to do.
Everybody says. And I can show you some kids. I can show you some 8-year-olds that put in work.
I disagree with you on this one, bro.
Hey, that's cool. If you would sit back and watch your father beat your mom, explain it to me. If anybody in here would sit back and watch their father beat their mom, let me know why. Because I see it in the movies all the time, and I always was that kid said, I will pop your motherfucking head. I done seen movies that kids done took out their father because of that.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about in real life. If you sit back and you're a man physically and your father or her boyfriend beating on her, you would sit back and watch it because you're just a kid. That's what you're saying.
When you 5, 60 years old, how are you supposed to know what you're
not watching that? You thinking?
Come on, brother. You can't put that into that single category like that. You can't. Because you don't know how that affects the next person. Just because that's how you feel. That doesn't dictate how anybody else's feel. You can't dictate how that affects anybody, brother.
No, but you put an age on it. It go ageless. How old would you be? How long would you let it go on? if that's something you would do, that's why I say you. That's why always when I make my statement, I say this how I feel. I never say this how everybody feel. This is what I feel. This is what I think. So I
Well, you
want to
just
know
said you
how.
can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me,
You
me
said
as
it
for
in a broad,
myself.
general statement.
No, that's why I asked everybody. You said you would allow it to happen because you would only be 5. So
I'm
you
just
could have
making a
8
point,
people.
brother. I don't want to argue with you. You're getting in
No,
your
I'm
names right
making a
now.
point too. Who would sit back and
Right,
watch
and I'm
their
just saying I
mom get beat
disagree
in
with you,
front of
brother.
them? I don't know. I ain't saying it ain't got to do with disagree. Now you brought up a question for the men on the panel. But I see it in the movies and I hear people saying it. Who would sit back and watch their mom get beat? Ain't no age to a time that whatever, even at 5, I'm swinging. You might get your ass whipped, but who gonna
Right,
sit
that's
back?
you.
Trey,
You're swinging.
Trey, how
You're
you feel?
swinging.
We know
I'm
you're not
stabbing you in
swinging.
your fucking chest.
We know you're not tripping.
One time I
We know.
thought it was a fucking problem with my mom and my stepfather. I love my stepfather, but I will stab him in his fucking chest if he ever hit my mom. If my dad ever was a reason why my dad was around my mom and tried to swing on her, I've ever heard about it, I'm cutting your fucking throat in your sleep. I'm going to do something to you or not going to. If I'm not going to tell somebody, I'm not going to hide in the corner like no girl.
Okay, let me say
Yeah,
something.
I
Let me say
like
something,
it.
please.
Some
Please, let me
people
say
do.
something. All right,
Mhm.
it's like this.
That was good.
Everybody does not have the courage. Everybody does not have the same courage. Now, I'm gonna give it to you.
Right.
I'm gonna give it to you in 2 different ways to look at things. Right now, if you have this child that's scared to death of what he's seeing happen to his mother, you know what I'm saying? If you have this child now, like you said, it can be whatever age. That man can put that much fear in that child that child will never ever do anything to that man, and he's doing it out of the fear, out of fear. So that's a trauma that little boy may go through for his entire life. He can live a regular life, but he still, when he sees father, pictures of his father, whatever, that trauma comes back. Now we can reverse that as well, because you have people that have went through that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think when I be talking to y'all about mental health, I say the most important thing about mental health is taking this trauma and making it you gotta take the trauma that you're going through, get an understanding of it, and then once you get an understanding of it, you have to replace it with something. You got to take that trauma and replace it. Our biggest problem with mental health is we don't know how to forget things. And because you don't know how to forget things, you think about it. Then you get to stressing. It's all about the mental. It's all about the mental. That's
I
how I say.
answer the question. Would you sit back and watch your mom get beat by her by your father or whatever dude she dealing with?
Fuck no.
All right, you built different. Some people is built, scurry and scared to fight. That I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I just want to ask the men on our panel, what would they do if their mom was getting beat? Because I hear it and I see it a lot in movies, but I personally I don't know no man yet that would allow that to happen. I done seen my homie jump their dad, and I jumped in.
You
But
can ask the female too, Molly, because
yeah, I
there's a
know I
lot of
wanted to
us,
get to you last, but
you
you
know.
can answer now. You ready?
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We can get to you.
No, you know how we roll in our family. We wouldn't allow that. We wouldn't, we would have jumped the girls. We just would have, we would have got a bat. We would have been swinging. We would have been hitting daddy with something. But,
Yeah. Now, 'cause this how you find out sometimes who might not have brothers, family. Some dudes do might be scurry out here, but I had buddies like that, but they had us, and we came to help. We don't care who it is, and some people don't got that. So that might make them a little like hesitant on like if I jump out, they just gonna beat the brakes out of me. So I wanted to hear from people on the panel. That was a good thing to bring up. Trip. Phil, what would you do in that situation? Or have you been in that situation?
I ain't never been in that situation, but I know how I am, so I know that ain't gonna go well. That ain't gonna go well at all. I done had, sisters and friends where it didn't go well. So, I'm real family protective, so we ain't gonna roll like that. It is what it is.
Yes.
I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear real quick. That didn't even happen to me. That's not me. I just know people that happened to, and that shit
Yeah.
really they brought that with them as they grew up, and that shit really really stayed with him until he dealt with it.
Dang.
You know, that
That's
takes me back to that thing. They call it fight or flight. You got two mechanisms going, the Johari syndrome, whether you go to fight or flight. And even if you're a kid, you just don't know it, but either you're going to run or you're going to stay and fight. That's what males and females, the fight or flight. That's what they call it. Y'all can look it up, fight or flight. And sometimes when people are
Your adrenaline
something,
response.
have y'all ever heard somebody, they see something happen, either they running or they're going to jump in and try to, rescue whatever. Don't have nothing to do with being a male or female. It's just that courage that's within you or that fear that's within you. Because we all know fear paralyzes us. And sometimes you can have so much fear that you stuck. You stuck. That happened in real life to me. Me and my uncle, a grown man, we fighting mano. Misha got stuck. It was just like a deer in headlights. She just stood in place, and she'll tell you herself, she didn't know what to do. My other cousin come in or whatever, we were jumping that Negro, the N-word. We was just like, some people, because she was like, she didn't know what to do. She never seen nothing like that erupt, real life violence. It's either fight or flight. And I'm a fighter, and some people aren't. And that's nothing to say, nothing or nobody about them not being able to fight back anything. It's just some people are, some people aren't. Some people skinny, some people fat. It's that some people are fighters and some people not. That's no crapping on nobody. It's just life, right?
Yeah.
It's all how you deal with it, man. You can't dictate how the next person feels. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's what I'm about to say. It's hard to say what you would do in a situation that could be traumatizing because you don't know what your mental is going to be on. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody know they can do. They get $1 million. I bet they can have that talk. Everybody had that talk. If I had $1 million, this is what I do.
Yeah, but we don't though. So we can only talk.
If I was poor, this is what I do. Nah, you can't speak like that. You don't really know what you would do if you was poor.
Soon as you put that if in front of it, you done already made it so you'll never get that. Like I said, words are very powerful. Words are very powerful. You know what I'm saying, like I said, I've been through a lot of traumas in my life, a whole lot of traumas. I can tell y'all some shit, y'all be like, oh my God. But at the same time, as I said, me getting over my traumas was me having to come to an understanding of the situation I was in. And like I said, we forget the number one thing that's been going on for forever, and that's bullying. You have people that has been bullied by their own parents, mother and father. You know what I'm saying? And they don't.
Y'all keep giving us other people's stories, other people's history. That's the main thing I talk about.
I just gave you mine. What are you talking about? I'm giving you mine. What are you talking about?
No, you just about to say I know people who went through this and this and that. This tell us y'all trauma, the trauma y'all went through and how y'all got through to it. And that's what be going wrong. Every time I mention something, people get caught up and say, well, no, this can't be that and this can't be that because people do go through that. I know people go through certain things, but what did y'all go through? What the trauma y'all went through? And let us know about that and how
my
you
best friend
got
one of my best friends got killed beside me, dog.
Exactly. Now talk about that. How that help? How you get through that? Because that was tough. You've been shot. You've been all type of shit. Let us hear something. You don't be holding us down for the book.
I'm trying to tell you. I've been saying it since I've been talking. I've been giving y'all all my experiences, and like I said, my experience is a trauma. A trauma is something that you constantly think about. It's something you constantly question. It's something that like it messes up your ether. Like it messes up your whole everything. We walk around people every day that's going through trauma and don't know it and don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if once you change your thought process, and you try to understand the situation that you went through, whether it's your fault or not, you can move past it. Trauma can be moved. You can move past all that post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, yeah, you've been going through this for year after year after year after year in this little fake ass psychology system. You know what I'm saying? The number one thing is this. You talk about a trauma, you come to an understanding. You don't keep going back. Because each time you go back to talking about this trauma, you relive the trauma. You have to address the trauma and move on. Our biggest problem is we can't move on from some of the things that we've done. Accept it and keep moving on. We are our biggest enemies, and the biggest enemy that we have is our own brain. If you can learn how to use your brain, if you can learn how to not let your brain manipulate your feelings and emotions, you can move so freely in this world. Yes, I go through shit. I still go through my little crying out of nowhere, me feeling down and all that. I still go through that. But as I said, when I'm going through this, it's me seeing something, from the past. You know what I'm saying? That I don't want to revisit. You know what I'm saying? And my number one thing is when I'm going through that, I gotta find something. Pick up a book. I pick up a book. I might turn on TV. I might play the game. Whenever I'm going through something that I'm revisiting a thought, I hurry up and get it out of my system. That's how. Like I said, I don't like that word that the dude used, healing and all that. I don't like those words because I don't think those are fake words. Fake words. Okay, to me they are. Like I said, we are our
Feel that.
biggest enemy.
I feel that.
I'm taking everything that you're saying. I feel like I can still receive the message. I don't need nobody to deliver it a certain way. I feel like if I can pick up what they're putting down, I'm just gonna take it and leave what I can't. I agree with everything you're saying, but I don't even do that no more because I realized for myself that I stopped myself from receiving a lot of messages just because I didn't care for the delivery. I would always take something from it, or some of the facts of what they were saying will always flow in the back of my mind. But I stopped even doing that. Like I don't even care about delivery no more. If I know what the hell they saying, I'm good with that. Like that's something I could take and roll with, even if they don't like how they said that shit for real. Alan said you got to pray about it and allow God to remove it from your soul. Allow Him to heal you through the new life experiences and blessings. Damn, there's two people that asked. Rod Uncensored and Rod Isaac asked, "What if your mom is beating up your dad?" Same shit. I'm not going to
slap your titty off.
You thought you was gonna get a different answer, right?
Slap your titty right off your body.
What you talking about? I will mollywop your ass or something. You still gonna get some type of work.
If she beating his ass, he on his own.
Yeah, come on, Dad.
If she beating your ass, you think I'm gonna go jump in too? You tripping?
We know it happens, but come on, not my dad.
Men don't hit women. I ain't hit nothing about the women hitting the men when I was.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead, Trent.
I just want to add this too, and you were asking about personal trauma. So for me, like, I told you guys a little bit a while back about me going to prison and how, like, I grew up in a rough neighborhood and I felt like I had to be tough and jump out the window. And a lot of that came from trauma, always being picked on and bullied to the point to where, like, I felt like I had to go extra to show I wasn't soft. And it led to me catching a murder charge. Well, attempted murder charge and losing 10 years of my life. You know what I mean? For trying to be somebody I didn't have to be. And that was trauma, bro. That was trauma that I held on to and stuff I held on to that made me feel like I had to jump out the window and be extra than I really was.
Yeah, it is tough because I got friends that was spoiled and had it all and committed them same crimes. I just think it's just They just follow us. They weak. And you young, you tend to do that when you want to be part of a crew or part of a gang. I don't really think they got to do anything with something you going through trauma, but it can be they ain't got a family or sibling they got to be part of something, join the wrong crew. But it happens to a lot of people, that I done seen a lot, I just be like, man, I just hope people get through it because you got time, man. Every day. Reed, you want to say something? Before I move
Yeah, I
on.
seen your hand moving.
Go ahead, Reed.
Get your mic down.
I got it. I hit it.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Molly keeps me muted and unmuted for the noise.
I be on the other window.
I want to say something to Trippy Hippie about the trauma about being teased. Okay. When we're growing up and you're being teased, you gotta know that love yourself, to stand up for yourself. Now, you can't say that you did this and did that because of the trauma. You did this and that because you wanted to fit in. You said yourself because you wanted to fit in. You wanted to be in the in crowd. You wanted to run with the masses instead of being an individual and take your stand.
But
I was teased
don't
like a
tell me
motherfucker.
how I feel.
I was the oldest child.
Yeah.
No. I'm speaking on my experience of people that's being teased. A lot of us, people. I'll speak about me. I was teased like a motherfucker. I was the oldest child. I had to get out there, and I thought I had to prove myself to people. I'm still proving. If I look back, I still prove myself, but I'm not going to say that the stuff that I did would traumatize me because the stuff that I did, I did that. If I follow the masses and I get caught and I go to jail, that's because I wanted to run with the masses. I'm thinking of being bullied on or being picked on as that itself being a trauma, not what you do afterwards. Because I can't control that this girl bigger than me come hitting on me, whatever, that made me have to fight back. To me, that part right there is traumatized. Now, once I got past that initial fear of fight back, that I know that I can give as good as I get, it was on. It was on, and I wouldn't have jumped out no more. That's me and you're two different people. But
girls and
I get what you're saying. You got a point.
You fight up, stand up, and fight for yourself.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, y'all gotta understand when, like, okay, let's use the word healing. This is me healing. When I can sit back and I can talk about my traumas, still hold my head up high, and don't sit back and concentrate on it. You know what I'm saying? I give strength to other people. You know what I'm saying? That there's nothing that you're going through that you can't get through. Sometimes you need a friend that just listens. Sometimes that's all we need is a friend that just listens. You ain't calling this friend for no talk back and all that. Sometimes we need to vent these feelings. Well, venting your feelings out, you know what I'm saying, to somebody that you respect, you love, and somebody that's a real friend. We all have people that that's my friend, but I don't never say nothing to that dude or that female because they run their fucking mouth or they bring it back. But we all have that friend that we can talk to that knows when to just listen. You know what I'm saying? And when you going through some things and you don't have that, it grows. And then it becomes a part that I don't want to say nothing to nobody because I don't want nobody to look at me strange. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Yeah, and this, like I said, y'all gotta understand, it takes a whole lot of courage to sit here and tell the world your traumas, what you're going through. And like I said, I do it because it helps me. It helps me, and I don't know how many people it could help. I hope it helps whoever's going through something. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's our self-talk plays the biggest role in everything we do. It's self-talk that tells you to get your ass up every day and accomplish something. That's your self-talk that you put in your head every day. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these traumas are things that I didn't have nothing to do with, but I had to insert myself to some type of degree of acknowledgement. If I wasn't there, this wouldn't have happened. I got to accept responsibility as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how people look at me. I don't care what people think. And I think once you get past how you think people feel about you, I believe that your life becomes so complete. Because a lot of things we do, like you said, is to impress somebody. It's to make somebody feel this way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just and aside, I think they did this experiment in college somewhere, but it was when females are going through something, they go and buy something. They got to rush out and buy something because that brings that monetary happiness. You know what I'm saying? The problem is still there. Problem is still there, but that brings them monetary happiness. A male, on the other hand, he isolates himself because I can't be weak in front of my men. I can't tell nobody this and I can't tell nobody that. So they walk around with this state of despair, self-pity. They walk around with it on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? The people that know them know, I'm not going to scream on this dude. Nah, that's not my job. My job is to lift them up like, man, hey, you looking good? He might look like some shit. Man, you looking good. Man, I love you. There ain't nobody tell you today, man, they love you. I love you, Slim. That right there, that helps. That helps people, man, lift their head up and want to get help for whatever they going through. You know what I'm saying? You got, like I said, our community is messed up because the man is taught to never cry, never let him see you sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like we have certain standards that we gotta mentally keep up. And it's very hard for a lot of men because you wasn't taught how to deal with your emotions as a child. You wasn't taught how to deal with your emotions. Nigga, suck it up and shut the fuck up and go sit in the corner. That's how we was taught to deal with our emotions. I know the fuck you not over there crying. Fuck is you crying for? I'm gonna give you something to cry for. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the tough love, and the experiences that I've been through, like I said, it made me the man that I am today. Man, I love who I am. I love the life I live. You know what I'm saying? I manifest anything and everything that I need. Not that I want, but that I need. And I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm out here and I'm telling y'all, man, look, every day is a great day. Because you're always going to be able to accomplish something every day. I don't care if you just walk out that damn door and breathe some fresh air. That's accomplishment. We don't give ourselves credit for the accomplishments that we make on a daily basis. And I'm gonna tell you another thing.
Okay.
We weren't taught that whatever we do, we supposed to get compliments. Men don't look for compliments. We can give a fuck about your compliment. We do what we supposed to do, our job. And like I said, sometimes the job becomes very stressful, and then we sitting in the house drinking, we finding everything in the world to get this shit out of our head. That's why some people go to go-go every goddamn week. Every week they, oh man, the go-go. Oh, you just going through some shit. Cause there ain't no goddamn way I'm going this damn go-go spend $400 every goddamn weekend. Nah, you going through some shit. You're lonely, your girl hurt, your girl cheated on you, something going on. And like I said, we was never taught how to deal with our feelings. So the mental health in a lot of men comes from them not being who they really want to be. Them going through some shit, them going through a problem that they can't get over. Because that's all it is. This world, everything you go through in life, them saying, is a lesson to be learned from. Everything. Ain't don't nothing just happen just because. Everything is a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to pass on through your experience. You're supposed to pass it on to the next generation. But we stop somewhere along the line. We stop passing the real shit and start passing the fake shit. And now it's, oh, he crazy. Fuck him. We don't, like I said, we stop caring about each other. We really stop caring about each other. The average person that has mental health problems, if you sit down and talk to them, they will open up. But don't nobody want to sit down and talk to them.
Mhm.
Well said, man.
And don't forget, add it in there. I'm gonna add this in there because I'm an eater. We ate our feelings. Sometimes I never did like shopping. I was shopping for potato chips and bubble gum and shit like that. I'm up there at the candy store, had my money, and I'm getting these licorice sticks, and I'm getting it. That was me. Forget clothes, forget purses. I'm gonna get this food right here. That was me. I ate my emotions. I ate my anger. I was, couldn't do stuff. Ate my fear. I was the eater, and that put me in the category of a bad health. But my bad health started with my bad mental. If I was able to work things out, like on stage, you better not cry, or we couldn't do this as a kid. I'm bored. There's nothing to do. They was always send us outside. You get hurt, you get jumped. Go back outside. Go back outside. So we ain't never had time to. You better not cry. I'm gonna give you something after they whoop you. I'm gonna give you something to cry for. You heard it all the time. So it's not just the boys. Sometimes I guess it depends on how you raise. But the girls, you better not cry either.
Yeah. And now everybody complaining on these kids today who don't get beat, who ain't tough on. This what they wanted. This what it sound like people whining about. Oh, well, our parents didn't allow us to cry and then they told us to toughen up. Yes, and that's why the fuck we so tough. That's why when we lost friends growing up, I didn't know that was trauma. I've been losing friends since 13 years old. A lot of my friends been killed. I lost at least 45 or more friends to gun violence. Before I was even 23 years old, I didn't know I was supposed to be until I met a guy and he was going through it and he lost his friend in a car accident. And I said, shit, at least y'all was 25. At least y'all got 25 years. Oh, you don't understand. And that's when I understand that everybody think different. Everybody life is different. But I was being young. I'm thinking like, suck that shit up. I ain't got none lost friends for the longest. Like you ain't lose your friend to gun violence. Another guy, his friend got an illness and got sick, and he went through it for he didn't want to work or nothing. I was like, shit, this how we supposed to respond. But I've been always taught, like y'all said, growing up, hey, get back up, suck it up. You still got to get through it. Yeah, that's how you went. But now these kids don't get that. And these the same kids that shoot their girlfriend in an argument. These the same kids that y'all saying, oh yeah. So it's like it don't matter. It's always gonna be something. I'd rather be tough on these kids and tell them suck it up. Right now, definitely your own kid because the world not gonna be nice to them. Like Trippy said, he's getting fucking bullied. Reese getting fucking bullied. You know, nobody bullying me because at home I already going through that shit with my siblings. I already got in the house. We can't run to our mother and cry and say, "Oh, my brother hit me." That's a whooping. We get whooped for snitching. So you ain't gonna find too many wrecks around in our area because you got beaten just for snitching on your sibling. I got beaten just because my brother's trying to stick a damn fork in the damn socket, and I told my mother overnight, and I got whooped. You know, even though she still whooped them too, but it was just like you ain't gonna beat no rat. Ain't none of my kids gonna be in snitching, and I'm just like, it's each his own. Like now, these kids don't get none of that. You can barely beat your kids. They can call the police on you, and now these the same kids that's grown up to be adults now that everybody complaining about. So it's like, okay, now y'all got what y'all. This who y'all would have been. If your parents ain't been tough on you, this who the kids y'all would have been. Who would y'all want to be? Y'all want y'all people to be tough? Or do y'all want to be able to cry and just be stuck? Like everybody ain't gonna pamper you up out here in this world. This world is mean. These kids is mean. I've seen a 7-year-old like the other day told another 7-year-old to suck his. That's hey, watch your mouth. He said, "Fuck you too," and ran. I said, man, it ain't like the old neighborhood. I could have grabbed them and said, "Who kid is this?" They probably got me thinking I'm snatching somebody's kid. But these kids are different, man. I'm just telling you, they different. And that's because they don't get whooped. They ain't got no respect. Ain't nothing happening in the household. What you got to say on that trip? Cause these kids, man.
I agree with you. You go and do that. Now you got to go door to door, knocking down the doors, talking about it, telling everybody you want a list now.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with you. And you know, I think it boils down to on how you deal with it and how you learn to process what you're dealing with and talking. And I definitely believe in tough love to an extent and beating a little bit to toughen kids up. Because like you said, the world don't give a fuck about you. And 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 if you don't learn how to deal with what's bothering you, you're gonna have a tough life, and everything's gonna upset you and stuff like that, you know. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm worried for
Okay.
these kids. Hey,
But you know,
nobody
we was always told as kids that you don't have no a child. This has always been said.
in a
A
child's
child
plate.
need to be in a child's place, right? But then on the other hand, you growing the kids up so fucking. I'm sorry, excuse me, so freaking quick that a child don't have a chance to be a child. A lot of times nowadays, look, do you want the child to grow up? Do you or you want a child to be a child? Come on, I mean, and that's where the confusion come at. So many kids are forced into have to think like adults. No, a child should act like a child because we're only a child for a little while. Get that? Only a very little. For those of us who live and survive it, those
Right.
years are very little. But we're adult after we get a certain age. We're adult for the rest of our freaking lives. You're an adult, but you only a child for a little while. We need to let children enjoy being children nowadays, but we can't because we put so much stuff for them, so much stuff they hear and see and stuff. They're not able to experience the good childhood of being healthy childhood, not worried about bills, not worried about stuff bullying you. They not even knowing about sex. They told a 7-year-old told you to suck his big feet. Man,
Yeah, nah, he was telling a little girl. He was telling a little girl to do that, and I was like, "Boy,
see,
watch your mouth."
sexual.
And he told me, "Shut the fuck up." Like, mind my business.
They got the
Like
fuck
you
on
want
your
nobody. He
ass.
talking. See,
I was trying
they
not to
that
laugh
children ain't
and be
being children.
serious. I'm like, he caught me off guard, so I was trying not to laugh and be serious because if you laugh, they think it's cool to keep doing. You know, so I was just like, man. But speaking of childhood, we're gonna share this next video. Kiki and them having a conversation about how their childhood was going in that celebrity world, and they thought it was normal, you know. So it could be that they know a lot of kids going through things that they think is normal, and then when they get older, they be like, "Hold up, this shit wasn't normal what I was doing. They just made it seem that way." So we're gonna check this clip out and give our thoughts.
I found myself dating. I'm 15. Why is my boyfriend 20?
Why was my boyfriend 30?
Girl,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm not smiling at that, but that is real. We was trying to find outlets, though. I don't think, you know,
and
just
also
a way to process this, and nobody our age, I mean,
could understand. Nobody our age could understand. But then you look back in hindsight, when I turned 30, I was like, that's not okay.
Girl, the moment when you realize and you get the age of a lot of people that were around you and doing stuff, though, it's almost a mental break that can happen because you realize, you were taking advantage of. Oh, I was being exploited.
Yeah.
Oh, was very difficult for me when I because at 15, I'm thinking like my boyfriend's older because I'm doing an older job and I'm doing a bunch of things, and this is the way that it is, and it seemed normal in my mind. But then
especially if you're an older soul too. Especially if you're mature for your age.
I love the Hillary Duff song.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, because it's like we all had the same damn life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where people kept telling us you're so mature for your age.
I also wrote a song about that. It's called 29. And when you listen to it, I think you'll be able to relate to it.
Yeah. I found myself dating. I'm 15.
Riri, you the queen in the house. We can start with you. What's your thoughts on what they saying? They was 15 years old dating men from 20 to 30 years old, and they thought it was normal because people kept telling them they mature for their age, and people their age just couldn't relate with them.
You know what? That's a bald-faced lie. It's a cop out. Where their parents? Where their grandparents? Where are they supposed to be? The people that's supposed to protect the children from being the children. Children was groomed for pedophilia. Children was groomed for the pedophiles. And you know, and I believe that they was groomed. The Hollywood kids be groomed because they've been sacrifices. Where your mom and daddy at to tell you that this 20-something-year-old, 30-year-old man ain't good for you at 15? I couldn't even date boys my own age at 15, let alone somebody in their 20s. Where the parents, or was the children being sacrificed? That's all I got to say.
I heard a lot of young girls, especially in high school, it used to be dudes picking up girls in cars. They was like in their early 20s and stuff. Like, how can we compete with that? You know, even if you like that girl, she got a dude that's out here already getting money. And it seemed like they tend to like that. Trey, you caught the video. So what's your thoughts on what they said?
I didn't because I was gonna say skip me when I came back because I had to go to the bathroom. So I had stepped
That's
away.
cool. Did you want to see it again before we move on?
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, real quick.
Let me replay it.
Self dating. I'm 15. Why is my boyfriend 20?
Why was my boyfriend 30?
Girl,
you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like,
I'm not smiling at that, but that is real. We was trying to find outlets, though. I don't think, you know, and also just a way to process this, and nobody our age, I mean,
could understand. Nobody our age could understand. But then you look back in hindsight, when I turned 30, I was like, that's not okay.
Girl, the moment when you realize and you get the age of a lot of people that were around you and doing stuff, it's almost a mental break that can happen because you realize, you were taking advantage of. Oh, I was being exploited.
Yeah.
Oh, was very difficult for me when I because at 15, I'm thinking like my boyfriend's older because I'm doing an older job and I'm doing a bunch of things and this is the way that it is, and it seemed normal in my mind. But then
especially if you're an older soul too. Especially if you're mature for your age.
I love the Hillary Duff song.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, because it's like, we all had the same damn life. Then.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where people kept telling us you're so mature for your age.
I also wrote a song about that. It's called 29. And when you listen to it, I think you'll be able to relate to it.
Yeah. I found myself dating. I'm 15. Why is my boyfriend?
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get into all of my shit, but I was dating older. Not older like nobody being 15 years older, but old enough, older than I should have. And I was definitely driving people's shit and parking and shit in the park garage or whatever. Little like, I mean, it is what it is. Shit, junior year and senior year, I definitely paid for a parking spot under that enclosed garage at school so that I can, you know, but that's people. I mean, I don't know. Shit, you being exploited if somebody actually like can bend your mind or whatever, but do I think it's right? Nah, not at all. But I have fun. I enjoy myself.
Yeah.
You 15? You ain't got no business dating no 20-year-old.
I mean,
it happens.
30.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Where are the parents? Because look, Trey, I know he wouldn't let his sister date no, he the big brother. She 15, and I know she ain't date. Trey been done what upside somebody in 20-year-old trying to stalk his sister. Where are the parents? Where are the big brothers? Where are the protectors at?
She got two grandmothers, two grandfathers, two like couple aunts, cousins. She got a whole bunch around her, so that's not happening.
Right.
She's not even,
so that mindset. That's what I'm
saying. Marie, you gotta remember, she the breadwinner. You know, most times it'd be a little different. I just think it's bullshit because they act like they was the only 15-year-old kids in Hollywood. You know, like it's other kids in Hollywood that's 15 that's actually acting, that's doing what you doing. That's our males. Like they act like we watch TV and when they was on shows and the little boys they date, like nigga, they was your age too. It was plenty of kids your age. Y'all was just out here being grown. And I think most times kids, they get away with it because they the breadwinners. If she out there making money for the family, they gonna tend to let her do whatever it is she want to do. But that's like I said, it's kids that ain't famous that went to high school with us that was dating dudes that was a lot older than them. You know, I just thought it was something that women like doing when they're younger. They like to date older men because they already have the kids that's their age. They still in school. They can't take you out. They can't pick you up in their car if they don't have it at that time. So I just thought it was just little girls like dating older men because the lifestyle they can get with it. What about you, Trip? What was your thoughts on the video?
I agree with what you just said about like girls in high school. You know, they like they just growing up too fast, man, and you know, they want something that not all the girls can have per se, I guess. But as far as like, with Hollywood, I think it's, when you're a child star, a lot of that is encouraged. And, like you said, the parents, where the is, they ain't complaining because the child pulling in the money, they collecting this money. So I think they get away with a lot that maybe a normal child wouldn't. And I mean, and I feel like it goes both ways with boys and girls. We could count off numerous stars. I mean, it's a thing now, like about how tons and tons of childhood stars grow up and like getting into drugs and all types of crazy mess. And because like of all the pressure they were under as a child, like, it's a lot. Like, with acting and everything, you got to be on set sometimes 12, 15, 18 hours a day, and every day. And that for a child, that could be a lot. And then just the pressure of trying to catch the scene right and stuff like that. Or like, same thing with making music, being forced to be in the studio and stuff. And, maybe not being able to feel like they can talk to their parents because they don't want to let them down, because they know they're the way that they're eating right now. That's how they're paying the bills. So they might not feel like they can really talk to anybody. So they internalize it. And then, when they get a little older, then drugs come along, drinking comes along, and that becomes their outlet. I mean, you know what I mean? We can look at Macaulay Culkin, Justin Bieber, Usher. I mean, there's tons of examples,
Yeah. Yeah. And if you with an older crowd, they can easily introduce you to something very young that you probably would have did older or probably didn't do. You want to impress them to show that you grown too. What about you, Aunt? What's your thoughts on what Kiki and them was talking about in the video?
I don't Kiki Palmer always been a hoe. She done did hoe shit her whole goddamn career. She knew the fuck she was doing. She always wanted motherfucker to feel sorry for her little goofy ass. She's a goofy motherfucker. She's a goofy motherfucker, I swear. She's like she like, for y'all to see, if y'all say that y'all feel like y'all was exploited and all that, so why the fuck y'all ain't say their names? Why you didn't say who your boyfriend was? If you feel so sexually exploited and all that shit, y'all in Hollywood. You said you was 15, so now I'm believing you probably been 12 or 13 now. Like I said, Kiki Palmer, she's a vicious scab that won't go away. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, she knows what's going on in Hollywood. She agreed to it. And a lot of these contracts that they sign as children give them the power to be in Hollywood their whole fucking life, like Justin Bieber. He's a product of Hollywood. He signed his life over. Majority of them have signed
Did he
their
do
life
it or
over.
did his parents sign it? Because if he's 12 or young,
yeah, they kids, so it's like, I don't know, kids making grown-up decisions. But she's saying that now she's in her 30s or whatnot, and now she looking back, she wouldn't do that to a kid her age. She don't even think that's right doing that. But at that age, she just thought it was normal. But she said looking back, now she don't see that that's right. So is anything that y'all did when y'all was young and then y'all got older, or y'all seen somebody else going through or dealing with and y'all was young, and now that you older, you like, hold up, they was wrong for fuck with, maybe one of your homegirls, Reese, or something like that. But when you was young, you thought it was okay, because y'all thought it was cool or it seemed normal. That's what I took from it,
Young girls, they don't think, because they could have been raped, they could have been sex trafficked. Back then, we were stupid back then. We was very stupid back then. We would hook school, meet up with the older boys and stuff. And I was always like, like the one that watched the other girls. I was, I don't know. It was all the bodyguard, the enforcer, or whatever.
The lookout.
Basically, yeah. It was always that sober friend. You always had to have one sober friend to make sure you home that didn't drink, didn't smoke, that that was a straight.
And that was you.
And that was you. If I wasn't on the laptop, I'd give you some fireworks.
Yeah, that was you.
I was, yeah, I looked out for my friends to make sure nobody was getting taken advantage of or raped. Not on my watch. Not on my
You
watch.
looking out for them to suck that dick, yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you ain't
if
getting
they
no
want to
bill
suck
squeal,
dick on
nobody
their
else
own,
is.
You
they
looking out
could
for
do
them to
that,
suck
but
some dick.
Yeah, if
they
you ain't
ain't
get no
gonna
bill
be
squeal, ain't
forced.
nobody else getting none.
No. I wasn't like that. If the girl didn't want it or whatever, it was like, okay, stop. We got to roll out and we leave. We left, and that's how it was.
Security, you was helping
Right.
hoes. You was helping them trick out. That's what
I
it
was
sound like.
helping hoes because sometimes they didn't want to trick. If they wanted to trick, they was fine. They was having fun tricking. But with the moment they was
Reese
like,
was
okay,
a
that's
pimp.
time to roll.
But what
roll.
about you? What were you doing?
I wasn't into that. I was a sapien sexual. My mind was on something else because my mind, I was trying to escape a prison that I was in. That's another story. So my mind was on something else.
By being a prison guard somewhere else.
Shut up. I wasn't a prison guard. I was protecting the prisoners. I was protecting the young ladies. And at least none of my girlfriends could ever say. At least none of them can never say that they got hurt when they was with me. Now, when they went back, that's when they got into trouble. Or when I wasn't around, that's when they got in trouble. And all of them say that. And I was. One of my girlfriends almost got kidnapped by these dudes. She jumped in the car, and I was like, "We gonna go." My aunt looked at me, she was like, "Oh hell no!" She was like, "You're not going with them," because she said they was an dirty old man. She was like, "No," and we told my girlfriend, we was like, "Don't get back in the car." My aunt was going to take her home. She said, "No, I'm gonna go with them." Then when she found out they wasn't taking her home, they went past her. They was in Virginia somewhere. So she pulled a okey doke, like, I gotta go pee. Let me stop at the McDonald's to go pee. She said she saw police cars. True story. She ran over there to the police, and the dudes took off in the car.
So what did you do?
Man,
I told
it's not like
you
she
ain't told us
stood
not
there.
one of your mistakes you made.
It's not
Tell us
like
one
she
of your
stood
mistakes.
there like.
I made mistakes too for trusting people and getting in a situation. And you trusted them, thinking these guys are your. That's another story.
We want to hear at least one story. Then can you give us one story?
You keep saying.
Well, the
keep
question
giving all the
was
branches.
something that you see now that you older, that what you seen when you was younger that you thought was normal, that now you see is wrong. You know, so I don't know.
Going and hanging out with older guys.
That's what she was talking about. Now that's something that
hanging out
is wrong for another child to do. Mine's mostly like it was an older lady. She used to allow us had these house parties. We was like 13, and like she'd get us liquor and all that. I ain't even drink though, but
at
my
13?
Yeah, 13. You just give her the money. She was a little crackhead probably at the time. We didn't know that. She was just cool to us. But she allowed us come in her apartment and party and all that. We be doing whatever we want. And now I thought that was normal back then. I thought she was cool, you know. But now that I'm old, I'm like, I would never allow no kids to do no shit like that. And I won't buy them alcohol, you know. And I run into that a lot at the store. Kids like, hey, brother, hey, come here, OG. Can you give me that? I'm like, fuck no. Hey, can you buy me some funnel or something? Like, nah, dog. But they gonna get it. Somebody gonna get it for them.
Somebody else gonna do
shit
it.
that now I thought was cool and it was normal to us. That I'm older, I look back and be like, nah, that was wrong. You know, that was the question.
Shit. I mean, I don't look at. I never thought the shit that I was doing was normal. All that shit was thrilling to me. Honestly, I enjoyed the shit out of my childhood in terms of like, you know, being out and about outside the house. You know, I don't necessarily regret that. And I shouldn't have been around them plugs and shit the way I was around them plugs and shit. I shouldn't have probably been in some of the neighborhoods that I was necessarily
Nah,
in,
basically
but
like however age you was, if you was 14, 15, will you be cool with doing that with a 14, 15-year-old right now? That's basically the question. So whoever however old he was, would you grab a 14, 15-year-old and bring him out and do the things they was doing with you? That's basically what it is. When you was in high school and whoever you was riding with, would you go to the high school and grab a kid and do whatever it is? When they age, not right now, but whatever age they was at that time with you. You know, they might be 19 or something, you know, I don't know. But that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at it. I think is it some of those things would y'all do now that you older looking back with a kid that was your age at that time?
Would that be pedophilia? If I'm a 30-year-old man and messing with a 14, 15-year-old person, wouldn't that be pedophilia?
Yeah.
I guess.
Pedophilia then. Well, hold on. You know something? Really let us know something. I don't know. We can share this last video.
You just said if you as old as you are now and you messing with
I said
somebody
it gotta
like
be the age you are now, but if it was like if you was 19 or any younger age, whatever age that person was when you was dealing with when you was 15, would you do the same thing they did to you at that age? So if you was 19, if you was 20, don't matter, like however old they was, can you see yourself at that age doing the same thing to a 15-year-old? It ain't got to you. It can be just getting them liquor, smoking weed with them, anything, just whatever it was that
if you broaden the horizon a little bit, like then like some of them things wasn't like
crazy,
like smoking, talking and shit, like just regular talk, smoking and shit. I guess, because there's some people, kids that I know that if they walk past, their mama might be like, you know, you want to hear this? You know, but not on a sexual tip. Nah, I never be above 18 and fucking with somebody that's not
right.
Yeah, but some of the other things, it was eye opening. I learned a lot. So,
share this last story with y'all before we get out of here. Hopefully, you know, mess some people's shockers up. We talking about, you know, dating older people. You know, and this young man, he was 19. I guess this girl was 24. Reese, I told you a little bit about it earlier. Because people was going off in the comments was mostly like she shouldn't have been dating him. I was like, damn, they just skipped past the whole story. It's sad. They just getting on her a lot. So I was like, I'm gonna share this on the show and get people opinions. You know, should she or should not been dating this kid, even if he was 18 or 17 when they started? I don't know, but I gotta hear from the people. It's still sad though.
After a new mother was shot and killed by her husband, who then took his own life. It all happened in Brookwood Hospital less than 24 hours ago. A Jefferson County coroner's report says Precious Johnson was shot multiple times. Authorities say she was a patient in the hospital. Family members say the 24-year-old had just had a baby with her husband, 19-year-old Kenneth Terry Jr. According to the coroner, Terry died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Homewood police think the hospital shooting was a domestic-related murder-suicide. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane joins us live and local from Brookwood Hospital. Lisa, you spoke with family members in the Alabama Hospital Association today. What have you learned?
Well, I did speak with Kenneth Terry's mother today. As you can imagine, she is devastated. She did not want to speak on camera, but she told me she just can't understand what happened. She said this young couple was having some marital problems, and Precious Johnson did not want Terry's family at the hospital when she delivered the baby, but she still can't comprehend that her son could be violent. 19-year-old Kenneth Terry had a lot going on in his life. His mother tells me he had finished Army National Guard boot camp, had married 24-year-old Precious Johnson, and they were expecting a baby. But Sunday night, after Johnson delivered her baby, authorities say Terry shot her several times and then turned the gun on himself.
I think it's a sad, but this was an isolated incident. And I will say in my 30 years of working at the Hospital Association and representing our hospitals in the state, this is the first time something has occurred like this.
Because of this tragic incident, Howard says we could see changes to security protocol at hospitals like Baptist Health Brookwood. I wanted to get an idea of the security there. Less than a day after the shootings, I walked through the labor and delivery unit unchecked.
The hospital.
After a new mother was shot and killed by her husband.
Golly.
Yeah, I told you it was a little crazy, but they really blaming the girl for her own death. I'm just like, people sick. You know, they saying that she was 24 years old. She shouldn't have been dating him when she got pregnant. I believe 18. It's just a 5-year difference. I don't really think it's a gap, but they been saying that's that age when she just a little too mature for him. He's still growing. For her to break it off, that's what caused his mental breakdown to want to do those things. And I don't know. What's your thoughts on it, Reese? We can start with you.
But they never said that they was breaking up. They was just having some marital, and they're married, by the way, marital difficulties. Now, maybe he found out that the baby wasn't his.
Well, she
That
said
could have
she
been
didn't
it.
want him at the hospital or his family.
She didn't want his family. And maybe that's why. Because when you know that your baby, if you white and your baby come out black or come out any other color, then white, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, hold up, precious, where you been? Or you been cheating on him when he was at boot camp or whatever. So the family couldn't get it done. Maybe they knew something. Maybe that's why they didn't want the rest. She didn't want the rest of his family there. Because they knew Mima would be going off. Pop would be shooting the gun up in, pop, wait a minute. Anything could have been the reason for that young man to go off. I don't necessarily, it don't sound like it had anything to do with their age difference or anything like that. It sounded like it was something else.
Okay.
And like I said, maybe he wasn't the daddy. Maybe he knew. But the family knew.
See, somebody knew. I was trying to find a little more details on it to find out if or not he was the father. They ain't mentioned that. They said he was the dad. But I'm trying to figure out what caused them to just go through it. I want to know what was the issue they was having. They ain't say that part, but they was having marital issues, and she didn't want the family up there. That could have played a big part. But for him to get in there, he did. For him to do that to her, Reese, you might, on to something, But
right, and it was a crime of passion because she was shot multiple times. It ain't no pow. He purposely he was eviscerating her butt, pow, and off the self because he probably knew they knew, and the family. I had to keep my family away so my family won't get mad or agitated that this is not my child. She might have been giving him lip back, blah blah blah. You was in boot camp, blah blah blah, and he was like, you know what? This is how we gonna do this.
Yeah, 19, a young age to be getting married. And for her to be in her 20s, she probably was happy too. But everybody go through something. You just got to learn how to deal with something. That probably was his first breakup. Who knows? But that's why I think we got to be tough on our kids coming up.
Don't say breakup. That was marriage. That was marriage. It wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend. They took it a step further and got.
You can break up in a marriage, can't you?
Yep.
Divorce?
Nah, you can be separated.
Be split. People that legally married but split, living in different houses, all that type of shit.
Yeah.
But it didn't say that. I think they was good and to find out that baby might not be his. And that's why he didn't want his family, because the family is waiting for the baby to come out. Oh yeah, you was cheating, B. You was cheating. Wait till that baby come out. If that baby got Derek's nose, I know something because you married Harold. Their family be waiting and egging stuff on. I wouldn't want the family either.
Yeah, she thought Jerry. I think the family, if they was really that mad, they'd just said it. They just said they was having marital issues. They'd have been like, no, because that baby wasn't his, and da. They just like they was having issues. Like it's mostly between them two. She might was cheating or something, but I don't know, man. It's just still sad to see, but I just like these young men been handling it these ways and then taking their own lives, and I think it got a lot to do. We talked about earlier. We want our kids
he
to grow
was
up
18,
and
she was 24.
be able to cry and be super emotional, and that's what pops out. They gotta learn how to toughen up, man. You're gonna get hurt sometimes. You're gonna go through hard times. That's just life. That's part of life, but some people, like I said, don't know how to deal with it. And I think he was one of the kids. Prayers for him and his family. What's your thoughts on the Trey Money?
I take the age part out of it necessarily because it's so quick it's like a ages be the scapegoat for stuff. Whether you saying the woman too old for the guy or the guy too old, whatever. as long as y'all both obviously of legal age, it shouldn't be no thing. But your maturity, your outlook on life, and everything can come way faster than somebody that's much older than you. You can have way more sense and way more put together than somebody that's twice your age. Not saying date nobody twice your age or nothing like that, but I don't attach time lived on this earth to how much you've consumed and how well you manage it. So
that make a lot of sense. I don't put age on it either, man. I just think he was hurt. I done seen dudes in their 30s, 40s, 20s all go through the same situation. I think a lot of them don't know how to deal with separation, or they got separation issues. That's just my opinion, though. What's your thoughts on it, Trip? What you think?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't even know. I mean, maybe something along the lines that like you didn't think the baby was going to be his, or you want the baby. I didn't really catch the whole video. There's a lot going on at my apartment right now and stuff, so I was kind of distracted. But yeah, man, it's just I don't know. I don't really have much on this one. That's just a crazy situation.
Yeah, it's just starting to happen too much, starting to see it too much, and they getting younger and younger. The couples getting younger and younger. I'm like 19. He still had a lot of life to live. He had a lot good going on. I'm pretty sure if they would have went through some type of separation, he could have possibly been a great father and found somebody else. It's just time, man. He just needed more time to heal, you know, but he won't have that now. What's your thoughts on the clip? If he with us, you never know if Unc with us or not.
He'd have picked up the phone than that.
He'd have been like, yeah. Nah, that nigga, man. I know Unc would have said something crazy by now, but that's cool. And we got to get up out of here anyway. So we start with you, Trip. Go ahead, give him some good energy before we go.
Oh, man. Once again, thanks for having me on. It's have a beautiful day. Keep that positive energy flowing. And whatever you're going through, release that ish. Much love, y'all. Stay trippy. Peace.
That part.
Appreciate it, Trip. I know Uncle ain't dead. Give him something before we go, Trey Money.
Shit. I would say, I think some of the things that I say all the time, because I stand by it, I live by it, which is believe in your steps. Know where the fuck you're going. Like, figure it out. Sit down for a moment. If you think things are getting too far ahead of you, sit down a moment so you can grasp everything that is a problem or even a plus in your life. I don't think you need to worry about what other people think about you, because people are gonna do a thing called projection, which is unstable mind trying to project their fears and their lack of or whatever on you. So with this world being a place of opinions and people always throwing their own opinion at people, you got to figure out how to tunnel vision, how to block it out so that, nothing gets to you.
Ooh, I hope my girl Riri can pop back in here before we end the show. For that, I want to thank our boy Allen for popping in with us. Cal, who else popped in here? Chow, Butterman, Dame Dollar.
Seeing AQ in here, seeing JC Jerome in here.
Okay. Big Rod.
Censored in here.
NA. What up, Red? Appreciate it. Hopefully we ain't missed
AQ,
no
I think I said her already, but AQ. Rod Isaac as well from Davis Performance.
All right, Trip.
Gerald Brown.
Yeah, JB.
Damien came in here. Kyle always in here, so shout out to Kyle.
Just noticed. What funny man that? Funny man.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that actually.
Yeah,
I didn't
right
even
over there.
Hey, that should have been enough.
Oh, give some good energy before you go, man. They getting fresh with them peoples, man. Where you going, man? He military ready too, man. I'm about to go to war.
Like one of the
Got all
damn
that Illuminati shit on this shirt. Look at him, man.
all that shit.
So what?
What?
To give him some good energy before we go, man. We about to end the show.
So what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, he can't do that. No,
Shit.
that boy on the toilet. You still on the phone, huh?
He look like he's shitting. You shitting, Unc?
You know that toilet, huh?
Come on, man.
I don't think he can hear outside.
I don't think he hears. Hey, he got up quick. He ain't wipe nothing.
What they do?
What they
This
do?
time, you make your water. You take your bird bath.
Take a bird bath. But he finally noticed he on here. Hey, you keep on popping in and
Shit,
out of
man.
here.
Don't be splashing no water. Gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Shit.
We trip came through. Made some good takes.
Yeah.
Hopefully people can deal with their trauma.
Definitely need different opinions, different takes, different outlooks. Love the variety and the energy that's been floating around here lately. All right, y'all. This is a pre-Mother's Day Your Mama's So Crazy comedy show and after party. For those that can last past 10 o'clock, they got something special for y'all. I know they're going to be jumping. They got DJ B-Man, DJ Smooth, DJ Dark. If you need information from them, you can get that information from down below in purple. You got a few people that's going to be in attendance. Our very own Althea McFarland, as well as Xavier Morgan, Gwen Factor. This venue itself will be hosted by Bobby Brooks, headlined by Susan the Duchess. This is on Saturday, May 9th at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center, 401 North Howard Street in Baltimore, Maryland. Doors open for this event at 7 p.m. Comedy shows starts from 8 into 10, and it really gets jumping after that. So $40 for an early bird special and $50 tickets at the door. Lemon pepper salmon and rice pilaf is a part of the meal that comes with your ticket.
That good salmon over there.
All right. Phil, y'all just seen him. If y'all was tapped in at all, or even if you watch the show back, you'll see Philip Page jump in. He is the host of the entity, the host of this show, number one, but the entity of Let's Get Ready to Funny Production. For his tickets, you can see on the screen, it's $25 to see Ronald B.C. Harris, Brian Birch, Althea McFarland, as well as the headliner, Miss Chocolate. Now, for this event, it's going to be on Saturday, March 21st. It's 2 shows for this event, so you can catch one. If you couldn't catch the other, it's 5 to 7, and you got 9 to 11. This is at Quantico Gardens at 3987 Richmond Highway in Stafford, Virginia. You can reach out to Althea McFarland, Miss Chocolate, Ronald B.C. Harris, Brian Birch, Philip Page, whoever it is that you know, or you can scan the QR code in the bottom left corner. They have a number listed for reservations and information as well. This is a Love and Happiness Spring comedy show that's brought by this entity right here. I wish I could shout out the lady on the screen, but I'll shout her out anyway. I wanted to give her flowers real quick while she was on the screen, but we'll just shout you out. You know, you'll see her tomorrow. This is the headliner, Althea McFarland. This is a McFarland Entertainment presentation hosted by the Gwen Factor. You got 2 special guests for this event. It's going to be Gerald Brown, one of the men that just stepped in the comments not too earlier. And special guest Jawan Cap, as well as the feature Miss Mimi Manning. If you need further information other than the information we're giving you, can reach out to any one of us, as well as whoever you know on the screen. Saturday, May 23rd is the event. The time is going to be 7 p.m. and the show starts at 8. So you got an hour to take pictures, mingle, you know, walk around, network, whatever it is that you want to do. Now, the reason that we have this music right here is DJ Sly Tie. You'll see DJ Sly Tie on the ones and twos as well for this event. So just like y'all got people mixing it up, we got somebody that's closer to home mixing it up for us as well. This is at Terminal 8 Lounge Bar and Grill at 2109 Avenue Ferry Road, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27600. All right, this is Skit Happens. Not Shit Happens, y'all. Skit Happens. Now, this is a casting call that is looking for improv actors, comedians, people that do sketches. Like I bring up all the time, you got like Country Wayne, you got Jess Hilarious, you got You got Jack Too Funny. You got a whole bunch of them people that came from straight off YouTube, straight off of being on social media to the actual stage, to being on TV, to having morning shows and all that, just like this one right here. So I would never limit myself in terms of sending in whatever information you want to submit, whatever inquiries or whatever. You can send that to redvisioncinema@gmail.com. The only thing that they require is you be from ages 17 and up, so nobody below the age of 17. But there is an open call, and there is no deadline until all the spots are filled. So I encourage you guys to send in whatever it is you choose to send, as well as reaching out to Blue Phoenix for one-on-one communication if you feel like you do so.
What up,
What's up? What's up?
We gotta get out of here, man. Get him some good energy before we go, man.
Stop worrying about what happened yesterday and talk straight on what happened today. Good. Accept your blessings. Accept your blessings. Keep all negativity away from you. Y'all have a great day.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Off we go.
Yeah, I can rock with that.
Hey, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. We catch y'all tomorrow, Talk Till Thursdays. I know we're going to have some crazy stories for y'all. And make sure y'all tap in with us. Before y'all get out of here, hit that like, that share. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Peace and love. We up out of here.
Let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark.